The other two I can just see, actually from the camera you probably won't be able to see them. They're right in the back there, very, very thick bush on the edge of this drainage line. I have to wait a little bit before we can see some of them. You can get a good idea of the size of that mound as well, just sort of in perspective to the buffalo carcass, I guess. It's interesting to say, when is it not a buffalo anymore? By branches these lions are now. If I look up, I see leaves all the way above me, side of me, in front of me. I've driven into a little cave of branches and leaves here. Now if you have a quick look, you'll see his face is a little bit different. Now this is where, if you see these lions often, if you see them 2-3 times a week, eventually you recognize them literally from the facial features. This is Leonidas. He's got a slightly longer face. He's also got a slightly blonder mane. He's got a little bit more of a sort of a ginger and blonde in the mane, and a slightly bigger mane as well than Shaka. Oof, it'd be exciting walking through this stuff. These lions around. It really would get all your senses working at 120%. Alex, you can probably see that. Compare this lion's eyes to Shaka's eyes just now when he looked at you. You see the shape of the eyes are slightly different. This one is slightly more raised up towards the outer corners. He's got slightly more slanted eyes as well. And he does seem to have a slightly more regal pose to him, slightly more of a king rather than the general, if that makes any sense. Shaka, just every time I see him, he looks like he's just ready to battle if you want to ask him to do so, whereas this guy seems a little bit more composed and aloof almost.
I'll just have a look at that, folks. Still have no audio with Peter and Alex, but just have a look at that majestic animal. He's looking straight into the camera. It's almost like he's looking straight through us. I was almost waiting for him to jump out and pounce on Alex and Peter. But just beautiful to see this animal out in the wild and have them back in the reserve. Really looking forward to seeing them in live and living flesh myself. But I'll spend a couple of more minutes with them, and I'm sure we'll try our best to get some audio back. Bit of a funny cough there from him. You get that quite often when they're so full. You've got a bit of wind sometimes, or even, like cats get, fur balls, hair and things that they've eaten that they, instead of digesting, they rather regurgitate and get rid of. Oh, there's a question actually for Alex. Alex, you heard the question. I don't know why I'm talking.
Yeah.
You want to answer, Karen? What does it feel like sitting up there?
First of all, it's awesome and it's a spectacular sighting. But it's also quite intimidating when the lion looks straight at you, and of course, being in the position I am, I'm a bit higher up than you, Peter. So the lion would, or I at least it feels that way. The lion or the Mapogos stares a bit more at me than you, Peter.
You've also got brown eyes, Alex. You look a bit more cat-like.
Sort of give you an adrenaline rush or a rush of blood through you when they look at you. Beautiful animals.
Spectacular cats.
Although at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if... Ooh, look at that, the other guy. Oh, this tells a bit more of the story. Looks like the Mapogos climbed into more than one of these buffalo. Alex, when they move again, did you see that?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. The buffalo at the back of these two, they're playing there with their horns. The one there, look at his tail. You can see a cut and an injury there. That would have almost certainly been from those lions as well. So it seems there was a battle. They went for more than one of these guys, I'm sure. On a few different occasions, the buffalo would almost have had the upper hand. Inevitably, one of them fell. An injury, even though it looks quite sore, and I'm sure it's not comfortable for that buffalo. Must be very painful. But it's not something that we